All right, welcome everyone. And for today, I'll be unboxing the new Sofabaton flagship, the Sofabaton X2. Now, the Sofabaton X2 is their latest universal remote control. It does feature a touchscreen. It does have a hub. You're able to do one-touch activities. It is compatible with IR, Bluetooth, RF, Wi-Fi devices, and it even works now with Alexa, Google Assistant, and the Home Assistant. Now, the key goal with this is that within the packaging, they're just giving you the essential items to get everything up together. Now, I was one of the reviewers who did receive one of the pre-production batches of devices. So they sent me the R1, the IR repeater, just so I could play around with it if I needed to use it in my case. It's not, the IR repeater is not needed in my setup, but I can see how it can be beneficial if you really need to utilize IR, and especially if you're going to be having things enclosed or you're in a separate room, or if you just want some additional flexibility. That's where that device comes in handy. For the most part, majority of you that I would imagine will only need the remote, which does have the IR blasters built into it, which is very nice. And then of course the hub, so that everything can sync accordingly and be cohesive. Okay. Now, my general setup, as I was getting this unboxed and going through the general workflow, I just have a television, I have an audio setup, and then of course I have source devices. So this is going to be like a miniature review series. So there's definitely more to come after this video. And this is just going to be highlighting what the device is going to be meeting you with. What can they improve on? What are some of the things that you can typically expect? One thing that I like presentation wise is the quick start and the manual. Those are going to get you up and running. Those applications can be scanned via QR codes, or you do have the ability to search Sofabaton manually in your preferred app store, and then you follow the quick start guide, and then you will be well on your way. Now, when you first unbox the remote, you instantly feel that there's this premium look to it. It got a little bit of weight to it as well. The design is fresh. It feels very smooth and good in your hands, and it's definitely something that's upper echelon compared to the previous flagship when it comes to the device. Now, you can expect your charging dock. You can also expect your various IR blasters and the proper equipment to get everything powered on accordingly. The hub, design-wise, is still the same when you compare it against the previous flagships. I'm talking about the X1 and the X1S. And we'll talk about some better functionality and some design opportunities later on in the series. But generally, what you're getting with this is just a more premium Sofabaton experience. And this is something that I wish the X1S could have been. Now that we have this is definitely going to be something that you're going to want to keep your eye on, and just something to keep in mind going forward when it comes to your universal remote. This is DIY, and a lot of you are looking to upgrade from the Logitech Harmony. And I think this is going to be an ideal solution for most people that's going to be in the space of entertainment or even home theater. All right. So this thing also controls 49 plus home entertainment devices and is compatible with over 500,000 devices from well over 6,000 plus brands. And you're able to create custom activities like, let's say, movie mode, and you can control multiple devices with one button. And with the Home Assistant, it just makes it all that much better. All right, so going to transition here. Camera on. All right, so what you want to do in this case, and I recorded these series off of my iPhone. So for some of you that don't feel comfortable scanning the QR code, generally you're going to want to search Sofabaton in your preferred phone's app store. So on Apple, you want to go to the App Store and you want to type in Sofabaton. All right. And let me just say this also, and it's going to bring up the App Store on your device. This is just showing you how to get to it. Now, one thing that I will recommend also, I can't speak for the Android version per se. I'm going to pause there. You want to make sure that before you do anything, before you go into the app, before you plug anything in and try to pair the hub or get the remote synced up, you're going to want to make sure the application on both iOS or Android is completely up to date. So if you see anything that says an update button in your Google Play Store or on the iOS store, please update it. That's going to ensure you're not going to have hardly any issues when it comes to the updates and anything else that could occur. And the only reason why I'm saying this is because I helped the engineering team come up with a solution, because I was a part of the pre-batch products that was sent out, and the original remote bricked when it came to the remote firmware. That's been resolved. You're going to need to make sure that you update the application on your app store. So for iOS now is 4.0.4, I believe. At the time of this video, it could be different for you. Make sure it's up to date and everything will go by smooth. I assure you that. All right, so you see here, since at the time of this video, this was already what I had recorded, but the process is generally the same. You're going to want to get that hub connected and pretty much just go from there. The application does a nice job at walking you through the steps that's necessary. All right. Now, in this case, I'm going to be showing you how to get it connected. It's going to be asking you to say, hey, on your phone, make sure you're on a 2.4 gigahertz for your Wi-Fi, and then also make sure that Bluetooth is on. Those are the recommended ways to get this initially set up. So you just want to go to Setup New Hub. That's what you want to do. You want to connect the hub to the power outlet. And it gives you a visual along with clear directions as well. So some of you that are new, this is a good idea that you can have, that if you have any daunting thoughts or anything that you may fear, it's not that bad of a process. There are some things that they could work on that I will be telling them. And if you stick around with the review process, you will understand how this is going to be a product that's going to be lasting for quite a while. Now, you want to hold the 3 seconds, that button on the back, and you want to hold it until the light blinks. So when it's in like that blinking stage, then that's when you know you're ready to go and you're ready to move on, right? Once you hit next, it's going to ask you to allow Sofabaton to find devices. It's going to be like a pop-up. Once again, that's an iPhone thing. It's going to find the Bluetooth. And it's going to ask you to select your 2.4 for the hub connection, okay? Then at that point, you'll enter in your password and then you will select provision and then you will go from there. Now, next up is getting the remote paired. Now, in my experience, even when I was sent like the replacement, when it came to the like official production model, pairing the remote, you're going to want to go into the application, and this is after you do the provisioning. The X2 hub is now synced up, ready to go. And then it's telling you about different hub firmwares, and it's going to be bringing those things up. So I'm not going to be sticking around for the entire installation because this is pretty straightforward, right? So I'm just going to be going about it here. There we go. So at this point, you want to get this X2 remote paired to the hub. You want to have them sync together. So you're going to be going over to your Me, and you're going to be heading into settings, ideal. And then you want to go pair with a new remote under X2 remote. All right. And then that's just me showing you the current version of the hub. Once again, this is slightly older footage, but the process is the same. Okay. This is just showing you the different version information and whatnot. All right. So generally the footage should be speeding up in a bit to where you want to go to that pair with a new remote. Let me see what I can do. There we go. So on your physical device, you'll head into your Sofabaton and you'll go into the settings and you'll click into it where it says pair new hub, and then you'll pair it. As you can see, it pairs successively. And it won't take your remote long to find a hub. Let me pause it here. This is why it's critical where it says the version 5, where it's going to be improving sync speed and fixes and unexpected shutdowns. This is why it's critical to make sure in the Google Play Store or on an iOS device that the app Sofabaton is up to date. When you do the upgrade process, it's going to go through smooth as long as you follow the steps and the directions. All right. So I'll briefly show off this and just updating the firmware. So when you order this device and when you receive it on your side, most likely there's going to be more updates to install. That's fine. The process is the same off the board. All right. And then once you have that, the device is going to go through some expected reboots. The hub is already up to date, so you don't have to worry about that. And then now you have an up-to-date hub along with an up-to-date remote. Now I'm going to show off the remote here and this footage. Take me out the way. So they have this nice, clean, professional charging dock that supports the premium control that you're getting from their experience. So I'm zooming in here, and what I'm going to be showing you is simple. I have it set up, of course. I have my devices. I have activities. And that's going to be your go-to workflow. The main two options that you're going to be using with this remote is going to be devices or activities. And if you want to go into the settings and make some tweaks, you can do that. So I have my Samsung TV, my Denon receiver, my PC Bluetooth, Apple Bluetooth, and then my Kaleidoscope is IR. And this works 95%. And the reason why I'm saying that is because there is a known issue with the Denon AVRs, but there is a workaround. The activities are fairly simple to set up. The application does walk you through. And the next video does outline what you would have to do, where you would generally go, and what can you expect on the application side to get everything appearing on the remote as you're seeing right now. This is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be looking forward to making more content on and just experimenting with in the future. It's just interesting having a new design and a new look and just something to experiment with going forward. All right. So that pretty much sums up this video. I just want to show you guys the unboxing and then walk you through generally what you're going to do on the application side so you can get the hub up to date as long as with the remote, and to also show off the remote as well. One of the biggest improvements from the X1S is just simply the code library is also going to be the premium finish that the X2 has, the touchscreen capability, and just an overall better implementation when it comes to the assistants, the Google, the Alexa, and you having more options available to you. Now, it doesn't come without its cons, and I do want you to keep in mind of this review series and stay tuned. More content coming up. All right. Thank you for watching and peace out. Take care. Goodbye.